Blackbeard's Kingdom. Hello, One Piece enthusiasts. I'm the One Piece nerd, and today let's talk about Blackbeard's plan of that he has in the future and whatever he's planning right now. Well, as of chapter 1080, we got some insights into some inside moves of Blackbeard, and well, safe to say it's very interesting nonetheless. I do have a couple of arguments to put up. I have two questions regarding whatever he's planning, but let's get into the details. Before we move on, make sure to like and subscribe. It helps the channel out a lot. Now that you have, let's begin. Well, we finally get the reason as to why he captured Kobe back in 1059, and well, the reason he did so is because he needed a bargaining chip with the world government. With his plan failing to capture Bo Hancock and getting her food, he needed some other way to basically gain an advantage of the entire situation. And Kobe, being the hero of the Marines and of course being the hero of all people, he was the best thing for him to capture, because that would allow him to basically do trades with the world government the same way he did with Ace to become a warlord. Although this time his plans are just much bigger. Well, where does it all begin? It all begins with, there wasn't really anyone else within the Marines that could help, letting Kobe escape or trying to defeat Blackbeard. There was no admiral, there were no other vice admirals. Even if there were, they weren't really that strong, and it made it easy for Blackbeard to basically get a very big catch. Well, not as big as getting Bo Hancock's fruit, but it's something. And now we finally get a reason as to why he would do that. He needed a bargaining chip for the world government because he wanted to make Hachinosu a part of the world government and make it an official kingdom. Well, this just goes to show that his plans are much bigger than just becoming Pirate King. Like, yeah, he becomes the Pirate King, but what else? What else does he have in mind? And what he has in mind is basically being the king of an island, or basically becoming king. Now, I don't really understand the reasons behind it. Some people did say he wanted to give the world government a bad rep. Now, I don't really understand why that would come into play. If he wants to create chaos and wants to ruin the world, why not just destroy the world government the same way Luffy would? Like, if Luffy figures out that this is a hierarchy, this is basically propaganda, and there is someone at the top controlling everything, this is why no one can be free, Luffy would basically go to Marisha, destroy the world government, and then make the world a free place. Blackbeard, I thought, would do the same thing. The world government and the Marines are basically the only thing that's stopping Blackbeard from creating chaos. And if he really wants to rule the world the same way Zebek wanted to become the king of the world, and why would you want to create a bad rep for the world government rather than just going for the One Piece and doing stuff out? Like finding the ancient weapons, and finding the poneglyphs, finding Laugh Tale, finding One Piece, and basically amassing a crew that is capable of destroying islands after islands and creating chaos like no one has ever done before. Well, I'm very confused about this, but the prospect of Blackbeard making his own kingdom, yeah, sort of makes sense. Because let's just say, who knows how long it will take for Blackbeard to become king of the pirates. Like, yeah, okay, he needs his hand on the he needs his hands on the poneglyphs. He needs someone to decipher it, and even after that, who knew that no one else would be a challenge? Like, Shanks exists. Of course, Shanks takes Blackbeard to be a very prominent figure, and he's keeping an eye out for him. I would say Blackbeard's doing the same thing, because remember, back in Marineford, if Shanks didn't show up, Blackbeard would have done a lot worse things, and it's only that Shanks showed up that he didn't want to move forward with whatever he was doing. He was unprepared to fight off against Shanks. And I think the same could be said for now. He's definitely keeping an eye out for Shanks, and knows that someone will get in the way. So before he gets to do all of that, he probably needs to have some fun, just in case the Pirate King route doesn't work out, or even if it does. He believes in the dream. Even if it does, he needed some other fun to be in the way. And rather than just trying to create a bad rep for the world government, I'd like to believe he would be one of those people that would keep the world government under his toes. He knows that the world government is significant enough for the world to keep its balance. Maybe he understands the value of balance in the world. Like, yeah, he wants to create chaos, but it would be much fun to keep someone on the palm of his hand, like the Marines. Well, although that goes off the mark because Kobe is like initially cool on things at first that Kobe is a member of Sword, and Sword we finally get an explanation as to what they are. They're basically world government employees, but not employees at the same time. They're just under the banner of the world government, but they're not on a payroll, and they could be subject to basically firing at any time. But that's not the point. BlackBeard makes a very good point in saying that Kobe is the hero of the Marines. Although he's not a part of the Marines, he's the hero of the people. If the Marines somehow forsaken Kobe, or lets this one go, it'll create a bad rep. That's where I thought the bad rep would come in. It would create a bad rep for the world government, and they definitely do not want that at this point in the story and at this point in their power. So BlackBeard made a pretty good argument in saying that yeah, Kobe is a part of Sword, but he's still important to the world, he's still important to the people, and the world government knows how much the people is sort of a factor of them staying in power. And so I believe that this will be a very interesting prospect. This is basically Kaido and Big Mom trying to create Onigashima, but better. And I would like to think that now that BlackBeard has failed to capture Bo Hancock's fruit, probably going after lost fruit. He'll get his fruit. He got something more out of the situation from Amazon Lily. And I think this is going to be one hell of a ride. Let me know what you guys think. Him coming up with the kingdom and Pirate Island. It's a pirate paradise already, but he's basically taking it to the next level. Very interesting. I don't really understand why Oda would bring up something like this. I get the point, but at the same time, I don't get it in the grand scheme of things. If he wants to become the king of the pirates, why do you want to make a kingdom? It makes no sense. Unless you plan to keep the world government there, I don't really understand why that should be a part of his goal. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. If you guys enjoyed, make sure to like and subscribe. Have a great day, and peace.